Okay. Hello, everybody. And we're back, and we had some technical difficulties with the connection with Arkham, so he will not be able to join us tonight. Um,
Yeah, it looks like he's not going to make it on.
yeah,
He can't get it.
he can't get it
Yeah,
the StreamYard link to connect. And so we got it scheduled, and we're going to continue on. Um, but we'll try and reschedule with him and get everything worked out, all of the kinks worked out. But we're here, so if you want to chat with us,
yeah. If anybody has any recommendations,
we'll chat with you.
if anybody has used Streamyard before and knows what the issue might be,
Yeah,
because he's in here. He commented in the stream here.
yeah. Hey, Kentucky Mud. Hi, John. K Munin is here. Punisher X Goofy is here. I am Jamie Norwood. Okay, that's Jamie Norwood. And who else is here? That's it. So again, again, we had some technical difficulties trying to get him to connect with the software.
Yeah.
So, we're going to continue on. Hey, Richard, and we got Gilgamesh and Donald Layton. Hello to everyone. Glad that you're able to make it. And again, we're going to just do what we do. We're going to power through, and we're going to just talk and shoot the breeze like we always
Yeah.
do. So, um, how has it was that Facebook user? Okay, our weekend was good. We didn't really do much this weekend because it was so cold. There was a car show.
Yeah, we had a cold snap out
And
here.
a car show not too far away, but car shows in the freezing cold is not cool.
Especially if you're naked.
That was
in Wisconsin. There
In Wisconsin.
is a required. It is an antique car show, but you must be nude to participate, and no cell phones allowed.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Brian Sanchez. How are you? On St. Patrick's Day, did you wear green at all? No.
No.
We didn't wear green. We don't do all that. I mean, it's not too many. I don't know if St. Patrick's Day is a holiday, but it's not too many holidays or days like all of that we actually get into and participate, especially St. Patrick's Day. And I don't even know what the significance is of wearing green and all of that. So, I don't jump into stuff like that. Even when working in certain places and growing up as a kid, that was never like a big thing for us. And David is still talking to Arkham. Maybe they'll be able to work something out, and he'll be able to join us.
Yeah.
But if not, we're gonna try and reschedule with him. Hey, yeah. Toy Miser, and who's that? Eric.
David, what they tell you in the St. Patrick's Day, they pretend to make a big deal out of it in Boston, because I grew up in Boston. And there's a fair Irish population there, so they make a big deal. But even they can't really tell you much about why the hell anybody does that. They tell you it's when St. Patrick drove all the snakes out of Ireland, and that's just a metaphor for executing all of the Celts because they were pagans. And I don't know how much of that you want to celebrate, but yeah, that whole thing with like leprechauns and wearing green and all of that, and I never really got into it or understood it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things out there. It's like, what do you want to hang your hat on? And that's just not one for us. We have holidays or in festivals that we do celebrate, and we get into that. But
and then in Chicago, they do the thing where they dye the water green.
Yeah,
so they poison your environment for St. Patrick's Day.
Well, it's dye. It's probably natural dye.
Yeah, right.
Brian,
you ever heard of a natural dye?
Brian says that St. Patrick's Day was Italian,
or St. Patrick was. He says.
Oh yeah, he said St. Patrick was Italian. I don't know how it got all in Irish, but Nomsky said he's 30% Irish, but he
Oh,
don't
okay.
tell anybody
Oh, well, you just did.
that. But yeah, this weekend it got really cold here in Georgia, and it's supposed to be cold for another few days. So we didn't get to go to the car show.
Yeah.
Because of that. Because I'm not going out there.
We would have filmed
in all that
cold. Nobody watches those, but we've done that before.
Yeah, we have filmed car shows because we
Yeah.
enjoy going to car shows. But I'm not gonna be filming it, and I don't like going outside when it's cold. So, any new
John
buys,
says
yeah.
people use it as an excuse to get drunk. Well, there's your problem. Neither of us drink, so
Yeah,
There you
we
go.
got some pickups. Kentucky Mud. We did get something. It was more internet finds, internet pickups
Yeah.
than like going out to a store and finding things. Now we did go to a Goodwill and we found some records, some really nice records. It's one Goodwill.
I put a short up.
Yeah, David did put up a short. It's a Goodwill. It's not near us, so we don't go there often. But when we're in that neck of the woods, we will stop by. And it seems like every time we stop by there, we score on records. We find like 10 or more records.
Yeah.
And
it's one of the few things that's reasonably priced at Goodwill anymore.
Yeah. And you know, they're like $1 a piece. And we went on military day. So then you get a discount because you got your military ID and all of that. So we scored well there. But that's just the one that's close to us, they never have anything.
Yeah.
They don't even sell records anymore. The last couple of times we've been there, they didn't even have records. What else is there? The Tour Miser, you guys going to Tour Atlanta next weekend? Yes. We are going on Friday and Sunday. So we'll be there Friday, we'll film Friday, and we'll film Sunday. We're not going Saturday, but we will go Friday and Sunday. So if you see us, give us a wave.
Yeah.
Let's see. David, I saw your cell phone video. I recently got my first. Wow.
You know what? You know why they call all the devices smart?
Why?
Because the companies think the people that use them are stupid. Think about it. Why does it have to be smart? Because you're not. Because you have to have a refrigerator tell you when you're low on eggs because you can't tell. I mean, come on. Think about that. Think about it.
Venus says she hates cold weather too. That she's in Florida. I lived in Orlando for like a year.
Oh yeah.
It never got cold. Now I don't like cold weather, but I do like seasonal changes where you can tell by the weather that is a change. But Florida, you can't even have a fireplace in Florida. It never get cold enough to turn it on. Goodwill prices have become a joke. That is true.
Well, they're experts now. They're experts and they cherry pick everything.
Yeah. Or the thing that get me with Goodwill, you go to Goodwill and they'll sell something and it's broke. It's like obviously broken. And they selling it to you for like a whole price. Like the thing is whole and complete. They sell it to you at that price. And it's like, but it's broke.
And they don't really know if anything works or not.
No.
They'll plug it in, and if the light comes on, that's it. And electronics, you're not returning it.
No, that's at Value Village. You can't return it.
You can't return it at Goodwill either.
Oh, you can't? I don't
think so.
I don't know.
But you can't bring that stuff back, and they don't really test it. They don't know if it really works. You know, that's a big problem.
Oh, we went in there and they had like the car that the kid can get in, and they said that it was tested, but then it says we do not have the battery or the charger. So it's like, how did you test it?
I did a short about that, and people will like, they keep charges, and it's like, no, I've had a bunch of those for my kids over the years. The motorcycles and the little cars, they deliberately do this. They make a proprietary battery for that specific ride-on that will not work in other ones. It's the wrong shape, or the plug is different, or something is different.
Yeah.
So unless they have like 700 different like electric motorcycle and car batteries from all kinds of different models back there. There's no freaking way they could know that. You know.
Hey, Robert, we got Gilgamesh jumped in. Robert saying, wonderful people. Happy Sunday. Gilgamesh got 2 more Earthworm Jim figures this week. Now I've got 6 of the 8, so you only need 2 more.
Justice Curry had some and I missed it.
Oh, did he?
He had he put up a whole he had one of each. He had the whole set he put up, and I didn't catch it.
K Munin says the only pickup I've made was a bunch of anime Blu-rays. No new figures of any brand in my area. Smartphone created stupid people. I'm an autumn person.
They were already stupid. It just helped.
Kentucky Mud is an autumn person.
Just gave him a crutch.
Yeah.
Out of sight is here. Eric Peter is here.
Hey, Eric. And we already said hey to this Eric.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to know there. Yeah, Arkham again. Robert, for those of you who are just coming in, Arkham is having difficulty getting connected.
Yeah,
he can't get the link to work for him, and so we just went ahead and went live anyway. And he'll try, but if he can't get on, we'll just have to try to reschedule it and resolve it with him.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, so we don't know. We sent him the link at different points, in different places.
Yeah,
but it's not working. So all we could do is try. Let's see. People used to do research from books.
Books were better.
Well, books were better. Yeah. Well,
you don't have to research.
You used to have people that went to school for research to learn how to research.
That was a job.
Yeah, that was a
job. You hired that person if
Mm-hmm.
you needed to find out something, and he'd go to the local library and sift through books for hours, days, whatever it took.
Not anymore. All you do is Google search.
Now you don't know if that's accurate or not. People change Wikipedia constantly because you can go in there and alter it.
Hi guys, what's the weirdest CGC mishap you have ran into with your own submission? I got my book back with a post-it note encapsulated inside with random words written in marker.
Hopefully that marker doesn't soak through and leave a stain, because if you stack, I've seen this often.
Mm-hmm.
If you have comics just stacked without bags and boards, over time they'll transfer imprints, and when you take them apart, you'll see images from the other book on it. You can't clean that off. So I hope that doesn't make a mark. The worst trouble I ever had was when they misnumbered something, where it's like it's a limited edition book of X number, and they put the wrong number. It was
Mr. Wikipedia of toys.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, is that who it is?
No, that's my amigo, like probably Lou.
Oh, that is Lou. Hey Lou, how you doing?
Mr. Wikipedia.
It was Magnus Robot Fighter, and it was a Virgin cover variant,
mm-hmm.
and there's only 25 copies. It was like a diamond exclusive, 25 copies only, and they said there was 50 copies on the thing. And
yeah, but that's not like.
Yeah, it's still a mistake.
We saw one. The guy had. It was a little book. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a full size comics. It was a little one,
that's right.
And it was upside down. And it's like, how you put the book in there upside down? I mean, they got words. It's not like a version.
The one that hurt my feelings was it was one of the smaller books, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you have the smaller one, they seal it closer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in there lopsided, and so they sealed over the book. So they put 2 crossing lines through the book that can't be fixed.
I have never sent a book in to get graded. I have books that I want to get graded, and I'm honestly thinking twice. Not because it's like I'm I don't know if I'm anti-grading. I just don't care to get my books graded. I mean, I know if it's an expensive book, it's a rare book, it's an old book, you want to preserve it.
Sure.
I don't have nothing like that. Y'all see my books. They got spine ticks and creases. And
but you got
a corner tone on it.
You got some old ones that are worth quite a bit. You do.
$3, David.
No, you don't have. Is it $3? That the Speedy drug cover is not a $3 book.
Oh yeah, that book don't cost $3.
No, it doesn't. I'm not worried.
I wish I paid $3 for it.
I'm not worried about it, Lou.
Let's see. The new Eternia playset for Origins is 4 feet tall and 4 feet wide, and it goes for $550. I thought the Origins Eternia playset was already out. Wasn't that the one that was in Target for all those months?
No, that was
which one was that?
I don't know what the hell that was.
Because you remember Target had like 1 million of them?
Castle Grayskulls. Oh, yeah. He's talking about the Eternia.
Oh, the Eternia. Yeah, you said Eternia, and I said Eternia. Yeah.
It's a big box.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The Origins sat in there forever. Or not Origins,
the Castle Grayskull, because they had like 30 boxes that seemed like they never moved.
Yeah.
But then when they first came out, you couldn't find it. And then suddenly they had like 1 million of them. I never got one of those as a kid. I remember they had a Bigfoot Power Wheels. Oh, he's talking about those cars the kids ride on.
The electric ones, yeah. The kid, especially the dirt bike style. My kids loved those.
Do people actually find anything decent at Goodwill?
Occasionally.
If you, according to YouTube.
Oh, according to YouTube, you find all this there every day.
Yeah.
And it's like 99 cents a piece.
Yeah, you find rare comic book. You go to Goodwill, the Salvation Army thrift store, Antique Mall, the yard sale.
Yard sale on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Dumpster diving.
And you find these great treasures, these gems in the trash, and
then they put up a YouTube video with like all kind of major clickbait on it. Like, did I just find ASM number 1 in a bin that I got at a yard sale for $3? No.
I'm not saying those things don't happen.
They don't happen that often. Not to the same guy over and over again.
Me. But if it happened to me, I would believe that it happened.
Yes, out of sight. I know what color forms are.
Oh, we saw some in the Antique Mall once. We didn't get it though.
Color forms.
Mm-hmm.
David, that's color forms and Shrinky Dinks and all that kind of stuff. The little things that kids used to play with one time when we were kids. It's the truth.
Your Shoguns look beautiful together.
Go again with the Shoguns.
Is that the whole set?
No, it's not the whole set, and it's not even all the variations. Like you see the Mazingas, I got 3 of them. Because that's 1977, 1978, 1979.
Oh,
and then
I'm
of course, no, you're not in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Popey version that looks just like this from 76. And there's a 74 Popey version that's much lighter blue coloring. And then this one, there's a Canadian version. And it's just got some reverse colors, primarily on the rockets.
That's
so that's 5 right there, or 6 just for the Mazinga. So, yeah, it's hardly. And then when you get into Popey, which these are all copied from, under license with Hasbro, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The Popey ones are super expensive, but the much more expensive, almost 10 times as much in some cases as the Hasbro ones. But it's what I have, you know.
Robert said he's going to get the mini ones from Super 7, and yes, I am going to pick up a couple of those Bible figures. I thought fell out when I saw that. I like it. I mean, you know, I got my little Bible stuff going on, and I like the figures.
Like We Win.
Yeah, I got the We Win and the other one, the Heroes of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. I like that. The ones that we showed Friday on the roundup, I like them because they're different. Yeah, this is one of them. David and Goliath.
This is from 1986, and this is with Amigo style body.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is like a 10-inch version of the Amigo, and there's your classic 8. Stuff like this.
I think those kinds of stuff are cool.
That's neat.
And
that is neat though.
I about fell out when they showed the different versions of the Jesus. They had them in all kinds of colors and all kinds of portraits. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna get all like those angels and the demons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like the Aaron, the Moses, the Jesus, the brazen altar.
They didn't have Aaron, but they had the high priest, which what you would assume is Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, if you got Moses and you got a high priest, it probably is Aaron. But the Jesus with the cross, I thought that one was cool. The John the Baptist was classic. I don't know about that other guy with the little baby.
Yeah, well, that's because that was a saint.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why I was like,
all that.
It has, there's a very Catholic feel to a lot of that. But it was interesting. It was interesting, and they're in Legends scale. So they're about 6 inches.
I did find the packaging. It comes in a box that looks like a Bible.
Yeah, we found it on their
website. So you'll get a box that looks like a Bible. It looks
like a book. You could put it in a bookshelf.
And you open it up, and then it's like the necker. You know how you open up the flap on the necker, and then the figures inside. That's what this looks like.
Which is interesting. It's an interesting touch.
Yeah. So when you look at it, it looked like just a regular Bible. You open it up, and it's an action figure. Lou says he doesn't have anything worth grading, but I wouldn't trust any mail or courier service or the people who are supposed to grade it to seal it.
I haven't had any real bad luck with it, honestly.
Yeah.
I've done pretty good with it. But if you have something that's like really valuable, or if you're planning on selling it, it's not a bad idea, because then people can't argue about what the grade is anymore.
I just don't like the whole, when it comes to comic books, I don't like the whole way people act with the comic books. And what I mean by that is, like, you got the comic book. You got 4 of the same Hulk 181. It just came to mind. You got 4 of them, and you got them graded all at a 9.8, all by different companies: CGC, EGS, PGX, and CBCS.
Yeah.
All of them are worth different prices. They're all a 9.8. Nothing's going on. They're not restored. They're not nothing. They're just all 9.8s. But no, CGC, we got to get premium. And then you put a pedigree label on it. Oh no, now it's a pedigree label. So now the price is going to go up. It's the same book. It's like, okay, I can understand if it's a restored book. You got the little purple label on it.
Sure.
Okay, you restored it, whatever.
Or a green label. Something's missing.
Okay, something missing. You cut out a coupon, or you tore the page out or something like that. Whatever. I can understand that, but not when you got the exact same book, the exact same grade, and it's just by different companies. And people get all stuck up on that.
Yeah, they do.
People get weird.
They, in particular, they don't give very much credibility to EGS because they're new, or PGX because PGX was accused of having issues, but that was like well over a decade ago. And their grading, I'll tell you, their grading is not that far off.
But then the thing that gets me also, you watch the people on the YouTube, the majority of them, we'll say 95%, use this CGC. They all complain about the grading. Oh, I just knew this was a 9.8. Why did I get a 9.2? I don't even have grader notes. And then they're looking at it. I don't see anything wrong. Oh, yeah, but right there it is a little spine tick. It's like, you knew that spine tick was there when you sent it. Or some of them will swear up and down, that was not there when I sent it, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, you complaining, you sent it there, you got the grade, that's what you got. What you gonna do? Take it out and send it back? Some people do.
Yeah.
And they'll say, yeah, I'm taking this out and I'm sending it back.
And the big complaint I always hear from everybody too is when they use the pressing services.
Oh yeah.
I see from any of them, the CGC, CBCS, or PGX, they're cleaning and pressing services, and they're like, I sent it in, and this doesn't look right. This doesn't look like it was cleaned. This, this should have done better than this, or they messed up my pressing. There's some kind of complaint. But what did you expect?
Yeah.
And Tony, actually, I'll give him credit. When he was on here, when we interviewed Tony from AGS Comics, he explained that. He was like, you realize that when you send a book in to any of these companies, they're not going to do what you do.
Yeah.
Because he had seen like some of my work in one of the videos. He was like, they're not going to do what a third party person like you does, an independent. Cleaning is they're going to rub a magic eraser over the cover for like 60 seconds. And pressing means they're going to put it in a heat press, but they're not going to steam it. They're not going to straighten it. They're not going to do anything. They're going to, or what they call cold pressing, but they're using the heat press, but without moisture. It's not really going to take the lines out. So they're not working on the book. They're just putting it through the process, and you're paying for that. And it'll come undone, or it won't do right. Or if they press it and it doesn't look right, I'll sit there and be like, you know what? I need to run this through again.
He'll run that book through 5 times. Yeah. That room be hot.
They're not going to do that. One and done, and suck it up. And then if it doesn't look right, then too bad.
Let's see. Gilgamesh says the only thing I've ever found at Goodwill that I bought were a couple of dodgeball pops. Okay. That's the best I've ever done. Like I said, the best I've ever done was records.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you buy some books, you might find I found a vintage clock radio that I wanted, stupid stuff. But the best things I've ever found at Goodwill was I had found a toy box one time.
That's right, you did.
I did find a toy box.
That Winnie the Pooh one.
Yeah, the Winnie the Pooh. I think that thing was like $15. I was surprised because I thought it would have been more. And it was a legitimate store sold Winnie the Pooh box.
No, Robert, you don't eat color forms. I don't recommend that. Migo or Lou is saying that he's surprised at our subscribers.
Huh?
That we have a lot of subscribers.
Oh yeah, get some Friends of Jesus figures.
We try to catch up here a little bit here.
Nice Bible figure, yeah.
Yeah, she does. She likes the Bible figures. What Shogun looks like SpongeBob? Which one?
Probably that yellow one.
And there's Zoran is here.
Hey, Zoran, the barbarian.
Glad we're on because they've been bored.
Oh, you can hit the thing so we can see it better. I forgot about that. So you can put it up there so we can actually see.
Okay, yeah, because we're trying to catch up a little bit here. Which one are you talking about? This one?
I think it's that big yellow one there. Yeah, I think
that's supposed to be a lion face, and it had apertures on it when it was the Popey version from like '76, but Mattel did away with all that because it was cheaper. And all the Popey versions came with interchangeable fists, and they took that away too, and just gave each of them like one unique fist function, where they would have come with like 2 sets of fists at least, and Mattel did away with it. As they continued to make them, they kept scaling them back, basically. Like you see Ray Dean here, this Ray Dean version 1, because he has those red shoulder pads. What version 2? Mattel took them off to save on the plastic. You get the idea. Each time you go down the line, it gets cheaper. You can see it really good with Mazinga there because he has that big chest piece. Then it's smaller right here, and then the last one is no chest piece. They just kind of put a sticker on it. So that's Mattel for you.
Yeah, Robert. I went to that company's website, and those Bible figures are a Kickstarter, and they were raising money, and they're well past what they were raising. I don't know if they'll sell well though, because there are Bible figures.
They met their goal anyway, so they'll be producing them.
Yeah. And they had the feature where you get to a certain point and it unlocks. So everything was unlocked. But will they sell out? Probably not, because they're Bible figures. They never Bible figures, religious characters never do like really well.
That's what they say.
And wore animal skins.
But he has the figure.
Yeah.
He's got like a bowl of honey, and he's got like some grasshoppers, and his camel skin little.
And he got a jar of honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a Swamp Thing lunchbox, Kentucky. I didn't know there was one, but I haven't gotten a lunchbox. Well, I did find some lunchboxes at Goodwill actually, a few months ago, but I haven't actively went out searching for lunchboxes in a long time, because I said to myself I wanted a certain number of lunchboxes, and I got those, and I got the ones that I really wanted. So I really haven't looked for any anymore. And when I was looking for lunchboxes, Swamp Thing wasn't one of them. So no, I don't have.
I hadn't heard that, Robert.
Well,
that they're canceling that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If they are, it's only because of the blister card, because people keep calling them out on it. But you cancel everything else, blister. But those are popular, so it's kind of foolish.
Did you reorder Range Viper or Big Ben?
No, I didn't order those.
Beautiful card back. Those retro figures just sat in my stores. Grading doesn't matter to me either, but I don't care to sell anything. I value the book. Is in how much I. And that's how. That's how I feel about it, and that's why it doesn't. I mean, I would like to have a high quality book. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that. I would like to have it, but I'm not gonna pay those prices. And in the same example, when I was buying that Green Lantern Speedy book, the guy had two. One was a high grade and one was a low grade. I bought the low grade because it was cheaper, and he was like, well, I got this one over here. I think it was even graded, but it's a higher grade. And I was like, no, this one right here.
Let's do something with this.
Yeah, let's do something with this cheaper book, because it was way cheaper, and it's really in not that bad of a shape. Plus, I mean, who's gonna look at it that hard? I'm not hanging it on a wall or nothing. I'm not trying to sell it.
Yeah, and I do both. So I get I get tons of, for every graded book I have, I probably get 100 loose ones.
I was watching a video of old Marvel comics that actually did horror. I never knew that very much, like Tales from the Crypt kind. I got a few of the Marvel horror ones, the DC horror, and EC. And there's a couple of companies that did it. Charlton, EC, of course. DC ones did well. Those were good.
We're doing fine, Hank. Thanks for joining us. For those of you who are just coming in and you're not, you don't understand what's going on, Arkham was supposed to be joining us this evening, but he could not resolve an issue with the link.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, he's not here.
And hey, mommy, how you doing?
And if that's why somebody Facebook user blank, and it says that I guess you could show that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
But if a random Facebook user, because if you're on Facebook, you have to go in and do some doodads.
You got to authorize.
Luke can explain it better than me, because he has to bring that up all the time.
Yeah,
and you have to authorize it yourself each time you go into a live stream from the Facebook. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user. But what we were supposed to be talking about tonight, we were supposed to be having a conversation with Arkham, but again, he was unable to resolve his link. For
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I'm still baffled by the Bible figures. Those Bible figures are really nice. I'm getting those. I mean, I am.
Some of them.
Now that when I saw that, I actually want to get it. And it's some, because I've kind of backed off at collecting.
At least modern stuff, at the very least.
Yeah. And I'll see some stuff and I'll be like, okay, that's nice. If I'm in the store and I saw it, I would get it. But that one, even though it's not, of course, it's not in the store, but I actually want to go on to the website and buy it. because I really liked it. I think they did a good job. It looks good now.
Yeah.
Can't say anything about the quality, but it looks good.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna get that. This channel is growing in subscribers because the content is great. David and LPH know what they're talking about.
We try.
We try to put out stuff that people can relate to and that'll translate well, Are you looking out for any lunchboxes? If so, I come across any, I'll grab them for you. With me in buying stuff.
She has to put eyes on it.
Yeah. Cause I'm a person, I gotta see it because I never know that I even want something or even know it's there until I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say, like right now, the lunch boxes I had, I wanted, I found them. Now, if I were to get a lunchbox, I would have to see it and say, "Oh man, I didn't know that was available."
And they made so many.
Yeah,
they really did. That was so popular.
Yeah,
for a long time. It's
I would like the
dead
Bee Gees
genre.
If I saw the Bee Gees ones, I would get the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
I know for sure.
Sure.
If I saw the Swamp Thing, I would get that one, or Man Thing, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't have, because I used to have a list, but I bought the ones that was on the list because it wasn't a lot. So, and then we went to a flea market one time,
Yeah.
and they had a lot of lunch boxes for like $2 each, and we got all of them. They had them for like $2 each, and we got all of them.
John can't talk anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, we know you're there.
Yeah, we know you're there. You watching, eating, cleaning the house, washing dishes, something like that, driving.
Out of Sight says he found Salvation Army 96 Thomas and Friends Wooden Railway.
Oh,
that's a neat old toy actually for kids.
It's Bible Figures. Check out your local Mardell store. I never heard of that store.
I bet they have some with some dust caked on the bubble. Oh yeah. He thinks it's
creeps him out.
Hey, as long as you're not praying to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey Patrick, Dama, Marvel #1 fan. It would be cool if that company did other religions as well. I love Egyptian, Greek, Aztec. They worked with Mystic Legends and what's the other ones that was
Four Horsemen.
And the Four Horsemen, because they talked about all of that on the website. And I guess
#1 Marvel fan is here as well.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Us. Thank you.
Hey Lou, can you answer this guy? Because I'm not sure how to do it because I've never had to do it.
Yeah.
If you're still in here.
Yeah, I know he says it's some kind of link.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to do it. LPH, was there ever a comic book moment made you want to cry? Just gave you the feels. My favorite comic moment, Swamp Thing brings.
He should have left it there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Ranger Jim is here.
Hey, Ranger. No, not want to cry. They had some. Now, I did read the one with Swamp Thing going to hell to get Abby. That was a very good story, but y'all know how I feel about the Swamp Thing and Abby, that whole Alan Moore run. Again, he's a phenomenal writer. I like his writing style, but I did not like the relationship there. So I read because I got the omnibus. I read volumes 1 and 2, and I don't care to read anymore, so I'm not going to. But no, I mean, I just read the books. The stories are good, and then that's just the end of it. I never saw anything that's all like that. I almost got the 70s David and Goliath. Package was ripped and figured legs came apart.
If it's a Meagle, you got to restring it.
Yeah.
And James O says he saw that we got the Ralts and Batman cereal. Do we collect cereal boxes? Yes. Yeah, it's cool, and I would certainly. We don't have any others, but I would certainly do that.
Yeah, it is some cereal boxes, and I have been looking for them. I've been looking at them for a while, and then I just never got it. I just never pulled the trigger, and then somebody sent it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I had this," because it's a few of them that I would like to have. Did anyone?
Oh no, nobody won the cat poster. It's
We
supposed
got
to
to
be
get
a
to 10,000,
it's supposed to be
right?
a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. I might do it earlier, but yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. And
Hey,
Vinny is here,
Vinny Whitlock,
and he says Jewish 8-inch Mego knockoff from KTAV publishing house called Little Mac.
The Maccabees.
Yeah, the Maccabee.
Oh no, I know. Did they ever keep that going?
They
Oh, Lou said he's here. He's because you were trying to get him to help with
because if he could explain that to the other guy, to so-called Facebook user.
Yeah, we have a Facebook user that wants to authorize so their name and picture and all of that can come up. But we don't know how, and we know you know how. So if you can just tell us how to do that, then they'll know and we can go on. But that's what we were talking about. The character and franchise-based lunchboxes ran all the way until the early 90s.
Yeah.
I remember. NECA tried to bring them back.
Literally from, but as a collectible, though, not as an actual functional lunchbox. But
theirs were the big ones.
That was popular all the way from like the 30s with kids.
Yeah.
You remember the other ones were a thick steel box with like a little picture in the center. It's a shame. Oh, Out of Sight, figured it out.
Yeah.
First one to mention it. Congratulations.
That's me and Dave. Yeah, that's us. That's us. We try to get things. We got a little Raggedy Ann and Andy doll. We got a black Andy. I mean a white Andy and a black
Raggedy Ann.
And then we got the strawberry shortcake, the orange blossom, and the huckleberry.
Yeah.
To help represent us.
We have that one,
Oh,
Vinny.
yes.
We have that one.
Yes.
We each have a copy of that, actually.
I bought that at a show about a year ago. And I asked the guy, did he have it? And he said, I sure do. And that man about gave me that book. Because I bought like 4 things from him. And he took the price way down.
Gnomsky wants Urkelos.
I remember that cereal. Oh, but we were talking
Mr.
about
T's
somebody.
And G.I. Joe. I'd like the G.I. Joe ones.
But we were talking about the starting lineups. You messing me up.
I ain't messing you up. Well,
somebody asked about the
starting lineup. If anybody collects them, and you were wondering what happened with that, because Hasbro set out their pre-orders on the first wave. They haven't been released yet, but I guess they're not going to make a second wave until the first one is released.
Okay.
But it's sold. The pre-orders are sold on it, I think.
Oh, he said use that link and allow. What link? He said use that link and allow. I don't know what link he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. But I mean, they came out with the new starting lineup figures that were $50. I've seen them.
That's right, because they were legend scale.
Yeah, $50 is way overpriced. Yeah, but then we never saw them again after the first wave. We never really saw them again. I'm not getting it.
Guess they wanted to see how it was going to go, but that was expensive, and you're basically paying $50 plus tax and whatever for a Legends figure of a basketball player.
Oh, okay, that's like Lifeway Christian Book and the other what was the other one? It was Lifeway and there was another one. But all those Christian bookstores around here.
Tuesdays. Was it Tuesday morning?
No, Tuesday morning is like
what is it?
That's like Marshalls and all of that. They just sell them little knickknacks that you don't need in your house. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know.
No, Lifeway Books, and it was another big Christian bookstore, but around here, nearly all of the Christian bookstores are closed down. They're expensive. They were expensive. You go in there and try and buy a Bible, you're gonna pay an arm and a leg. You can get it cheap on Amazon. From what I heard about the starting lineups, they were dropped. Oh, from 50 down to 30. Guess nobody was. Yeah. Do you ever display movie posters or comic posters? We have some movie posters. We do.
Yeah.
We showed them on our tour. Yeah. Our room tour. We showed our.
It's been a few months, but yeah.
The Meagle Kirk kind of looks Hispanic. Is that Meagle?
There's
Oh,
Meagle
that's a
figures.
Meagle
He's
figure?
just tan.
Yeah.
Hank says he noticed it.
It gave me a chuckle. Yeah. The Ninja Turtle one, the Ghostbuster one
with the holograms on the cover. Yeah.
Yeah, Strawberry Shortcake had a cereal box and Care Bears. Smurfs. Yeah, because we go on eBay.
C3POs.
Yeah. We see them on eBay, but then once you open up one, it's like a million of them come up, and then you get so wrapped up. I have to just turn it off, and then I forget about it because you'll sit there for hours. You're like, oh man, I remember that, and then you just looking at all of this different stuff, and then you're all messed up. So yeah, but cereal boxes, yeah, we're both interested in that. How is your Michael Myers Halloween figure? I recently bought a NECA Halloween figure.
Oh, you mean the Mezco? It's not bad.
I have the NECA ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have the NECA ones from some years back when it was still $24.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I was just looking at this from Unit. He says that a YouTuber reviewed the starting lineups and he said the jerseys are not even fully painted. Wow.
That name sounds familiar. I probably saw his
cutting corners.
So it's painted on the front and not the back?
I guess.
Wait, oh yeah. So I'm wondering if that's what it means. If it's painted like, well, no, if it's a figurine, that means you got to be able to take it out and spin it around.
Yeah.
Oh wow, but still, that's
cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, they have Mr. T's cereal too. Little corn teas.
Oh.
Yeah, Mr. T.
I remember Mr. T's cereal. I remember that episode of South Park when they had a Christian band.
Yeah.
I think they did that twice, where they had the Christian band and they were standing up and they were like, you can't look at the camera, you have to look away. Yeah. And they were all looking away from the camera, standing up by like the ocean or something on the rocks. How appetizing.
Yeah, corn goodness.
I have all the
There's a lot of awesome cereal boxes from the 80s. I have all the G.I. Joe Action Stars, Nintendo. Yeah, I remember.
They can
be expensive.
Didn't they have the Pac-Man one?
I think so, yeah. I think that's correct. I love Freakies.
Oh wow.
I had I used to have the patches from the Freakies cereal, the prizes.
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of neat stuff though. They had the patches, they had these little pull what do you call them?
Pull string?
Pull tab, not the strings, but the pull strip racing cars. Mm-hmm. And there's figurines, and they had a T-shirt. No, we're not eating that cereal.
No, that cereal ain't never gonna get eaten. It's gonna stay in that box just like it came in there.
Thank you, Oliver.
Hi, Oliver. Hey, toilet seat.
Uh-oh, he's happy too.
Mezco, I've given up on waiting orders. There's a few that's been 2 years.
Yeah, they're all getting pretty bad with that.
Even Super 7's getting bad with that. But
he said painted unevenly, did not have the line work on the backs.
Wow. How cheap? I mean, you're paying $50 for the figure, and that's what we've talked about several times. The prices constantly go up, but the quality goes down. They want to charge you $50 for the figure, but not painted. But when they had it in the 90s, the figure was fully painted. It was all of this, it was all of that, and it was cheaper.
Yeah, a lot cheaper.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. That show on Netflix, Prez Outlaw, he has in a basement full of boxes.
Cereal boxes.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I haven't heard of that show.
Since everyone loves cereal boxes.
I know what Kid Cuisine, blue box, and it has like a picture of like a penguin or some crap on it, like animated.
I don't remember that. I have a cereal box?
Cereal box?
Or lunch box. I've seen the How the West Was Won's lunch box, but I didn't know. But it wouldn't surprise me. And look at the Dino Sorcerers from
So,
Glasslight.
Glasslight.
I've never heard of that. I'm
I don't
surprised
think so.
wow, you stumped
Dino
David.
saucers? I'd have to see it. I'd have to see it to jog my memory.
Yeah.
What did it have little ghost marshmallows? Because I never ate that. I didn't get Kitty cereal when I was a kid.
Lunchbox.
That was not permitted. But for me, it was Rice Krispies was about as good as it was going to get growing up.
Gilgamesh, you're right about that. The more money you pay, the less you get. You get less accessories, the poor quality figures, packaging, the paint scheme, the facial features, all of that stuff goes down, but the prices constantly go up.
Yeah.
But in the way before, you got way more accessories, better paint scheme. The articulation was, I'm not gonna say always was better, but they were fine.
Yeah. Usually what they offer you now is it might have a better sculpt.
Yeah.
But they took a lot away for that. That's your question.
The McFarlane one, if it's $50.
I think it's sold out everywhere that it was offered. But
you can't buy that in the store?
You should be able to, but pre-orders are sold out.
Oh, I don't need a pre-order.
But McFarlane, he'll make sure they get out there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did see those, but everything looks good in the photograph.
I know. I don't go by those photographs. That's another thing that kind of put me off with statues too, because the last couple of statues, those the Masters of the Universe, those Hordak ones I bought.
Yeah.
I hate those statues. I mean, they look great in the picture.
Yeah.
I mean, with the smoke and the lights and all of that, they look amazing. And then we got it in the house, and they did not look good.
Yeah, you have to see our unboxing and reviews on that. I don't think Mego made cereal. Are you sure you want to talk about Mego, Lou? Because they're watching you, right?
Somebody's watching.
They're watching you.
Plastic dog tags, the guitar pick, and that crappy wooden logo.
Oh, Johnny made it.
Johnny Future.
Going to work, can't stay. We'll catch the live stream.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess he means he'll catch the copy.
Blazing Saddles. That was a funny movie.
It is funny.
Yeah, that was Gene Wilder did some good comedy, because I'm not a fan of too much comedy, but I liked his stuff. And I like the other guy that did the producer. The guy that did the producer.
Yeah.
I like, what's his name? And he did the Young Frankenstein. Those were good. Curious, do you have any Dino Riders or Brave Star?
Yeah, that's what I was going over to check here.
David got a bunch of Brave Star stuff. Not Dino Riders, though. That's his little Brave Star section.
See that, and that's the you can't see it because of this box. The Strata Coach down there.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the figures. I just got that Thunderstick not too long ago. That's a tough one to find. All of these are sealed. I'm still missing a lot though, because that whole set is a big can of worms because there was a lot of store exclusives.
Oh.
So I am still missing I need 3030. I think 3030 is the only basic figure that's missing.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have a Tex Hex and Marshall Brave Star 2-pack. They have a Tex Hex and 3030 2-pack. They have Fort Carrium, and there's 3 versions.
They don't have the Judge and that little.
No, they never made
deputy.
The little deputy's right there.
That's I see him.
Deputy Fuzz and Outlaw Scuzz I have, and I have the Brave Star and Tex Hex laser fire versions, and then the regular versions. But there's also a version of Brave Star that has a badge instead of the Carrium, because they all have little Carrium nuggets. And then there's another Brave Star that was sold on a blister card. It's an orange blister card, and it comes with an audio cassette.
That's Hasbro for you. Introduce a new toy line and ruin it. Right?
Yeah.
First Dungeons and Dragons is now starting lineup. My mother was careful about our sugary cereal too.
That wasn't quite the situation at my house, but yeah. You got that.
Okay.
Catch the replay.
Okay.
Well, we're glad you popped in, Johnny. I
Yeah.
it.
David's face when I mentioned kid cuisine.
Yeah. Toby used to eat those.
David is not buying any more Mezco
No,
ever.
I'm not getting any more Mezcos. Because after that whole bit with I've had too many problems with them.
Spreading the Migo
Yeah,
love.
you're spreading something about Migo, okay? and Dr. Migos had enough of your crap. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't make him come after you.
Speaking of Migo, I bought my first Migo this past week. Not a vintage one, but I got a new Willy Wonka Migo. He loves it.
Oh,
and that's all that matters. Your money paid for it and you love it.
You're happy with it. That's all that matters.
I think I'm sticking with the 5
points. He means Mezcos. Yeah.
Why y'all's got to use these things? I don't know what that means. I think Mezco sucks with those prices, but the 5 point stuff is on point. Popeye, Godzilla, Scooby Doo.
Okay. We know.
Yeah, we knew that. I once said something bad about Migo. I learned my lesson.
Yeah. They will ban you. Here's the shocker. I think I'm still in that group. The Migo ambassador group.
Oh, you didn't say nothing bad.
No,
that's good.
Yeah, I did, because I did that video talking about Migo, and Dr. Migo reamed me for it. He went in there and he made negative comments all over the place. He was pissed. But because you can't say anything, and it was just constructive criticism. I wasn't even saying anything bad.
You're not allowed to think in this day and age.
No, you're not.
I had 30-30, but I sold him a few years ago. Kind of regret it now.
I need a good 30-30. He's tough to find in a decent box. Oh yeah, Beetlejuice has cereal.
That's why I don't look stuff up on eBay, because I look it up and then you see all of this and then you get overwhelmed. So I quit and then I'll forget about it. And then I get on here and y'all come up with all kinds of stuff to remind me. FLA shorts down here. Yeah. Very, very cool, David. You should do a video. He did a video on them, I thought.
On the Brave Star? No, I didn't do Brave Star.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah, they're watching you. You always feel like somebody's watching you, Lou.
They put spies in all of y'all live streams.
Oh yeah,
to probably. Make sure. David, are you an X-Men fan?
Yeah, I like the X-Men. I'm more of a Chris Claremont guy, though. I am, but I don't have any, Robert. I don't have any of the Dino Riders, but I would take them, or Bone Age. I like the Bone Age too.
I don't know what any of that stuff is.
Atticus Doom. No, I do not have Atticus Doom.
I want that thing so much.
What thing?
The Atticus Doom.
Oh, do you?
Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, but heard break easy. Oh yeah, we saw some video.
The figures, yeah, the whole first wave has problems.
And the guy, he bought his from like Big Bad Toys. No, from HasLab directly.
He got it directly from Hasbro Pulse.
And it was broken and missing parts.
Wrists were breaking, yeah.
And it was missing accessories. So you can't say that it was in the store and it was
somebody
missing.
Swiped it.
Yeah. It came from the factory like that. So that was pretty bad.
Yeah. That's right, John. That's what it's all about.
David not into Mezcos, Mondo's all the way. No, David is out of Mondo.
Robert knows better. Yeah. Why should I wait 2 to 3 years for a figure? And that they don't respect the customers.
No,
is what it is, or else they get it done.
And it's like, why are you waiting? Because I can see if you're waiting, and like, cause Super 7 will tell you, gets sent out an email, hey, we're delaying this because when we did inspections at the factory,
they weren't happy.
They weren't happy with it, so they sent it back for retooling. Okay, that makes sense. So when you get the figure, it's better than if they didn't do that. But these other companies, it's like, oh, okay, that's what I got. That's what you get. And your money's going to pay for it. But being banned from Migo is like being released from prison.
It's like Facebook jail. You know, you get that. They should make a badge like I was in Facebook jail. It's like a badge of honor. You should have. I was banned from a Bigo ambassador group badge that you can wear.
They got YouTube jail too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Plenty of people go to YouTube jail for 2 weeks, a month, all kinds of stuff. The Mondo Jubilee and Magneto are both on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. They've never truly sold out. Jubilee. Oh, that's the X-Men figure.
He's talking about the Mondos. The only one that anybody wanted was the one with Wolverine laying in the bed.
Yeah,
because they did it right. The whole box is window box. He's laying on the bed. He's got the picture from the scene in the film in the show.
David, why is Hasbro ruining all these toy properties so easily? It wasn't like that in the 80s and 90s.
Because
we had great products.
Because you got adults that are nostalgic for the stuff. They're willing to pay more for it. They have money now, unlike when they were kids, and their parents had to buy it mostly. And these people are so desperate for the nostalgia, they'll justify it. And that's why all the time I get picked on with people that are like, oh, you got to use a hairdryer and you got to do this and that. And, you know, you're just trying to justify the fact that they have poor quality control and have disrespected their customers, basically. You're trying to justify that because you just want it to be right and it isn't. And the more people become accustomed to that, the more they're willing to accept it. It's kind of like modern movies and television. People have gotten so used to bad movies and bad TV shows that when something mediocre comes along, they think it's good because they don't know any better anymore. And it's the same thing with the action figure market. It's like you've been slowly gotten to the point where, okay, a few months for pre-order turned into a couple of years, and a couple of quality control issues turned into a whole buttload of them. And you've just gradually been led into that where a lot of people just don't realize or aren't willing to accept the fact that they're getting hoodwinked.
Well, now you expect it. When you get us a figure, NECA or whatever, you expect it to, okay, let me just go ahead and get my hair dryer out now and start blow drying it before you even try to move the figure, because you know that's what they're gonna give you. And I don't know, it's a mess and it shouldn't be that way because that's too much money.
I don't have any other Mondo pre-orders.
Oh, good for you, John.
John, you're not getting a badge then. You don't get a badge.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
At this point, I will never give Mezco or Mondo.
You like the anime stuff anyway. Dragon Ball Z stuff they do a lot of.
Yeah. I'm curious, are you still happy with your quarter scale Predator you bought a while back? How's it?
The NECA? She doesn't open those.
No, that thing's still in the box. That's where it's going to be until the house burned down. So, it's not coming out of the box. So it's doing fine. It's still holding up.
I know Pod Stallions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I know what that is.
How many of those Mego gold coins have you acquired? You get gold coins?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, there were coins, weren't there? I don't have any of those.
Do they come with the figure, like on the Star Wars?
I forget how those are distributed.
I don't buy Mego nothing.
That's a modern thing.
Oh, okay. I don't buy Mego figures, so I don't have none. David got Mego, but he was when they first started coming out, and they were the big ones.
I dabbled a little bit, and I still have like 4 or 5 of the 14-inch ones, but I'm looking to get rid of them at this point because I don't even care anymore.
Yeah. See, toilet seat. No, you could take that 90s figure. We could take any one of these out of the box and move it around. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. You don't need a hair dryer. Yeah. You don't need to let it sit for 4 days in the open air and all of this. You let your feet? Somebody asked me that too. Did you allow the package to reach room temperature before you opened it with that He-Man that broke? And they're like, the hell? Why do you need to let it sit out in air? What is this?
You should be experienced enough with figures to realize that it should at least, what is it, a goldfish? You gotta let the temperature even out.
You should be experienced enough to know that my money paid for this, and I expect good quality.
Yeah, for $380, it better, or $382 or whatever it was, it had better damn well work when I take it out of the package.
I don't have any Mego figures, but I do have some. I have Biff Bang Pow.
Mego like.
Yeah, I got Biff Bang Pow figures. That quarter scale is Predator is awesome. I love mine. Yeah, I like mine in the box. Now, Lou probably got his sitting on the shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
Out and about, but mine's in the box.
UPS, do you ever notice them intentionally damaging packages, and was more care placed in shipping back then? Oh, they beat the hell out of that stuff. Oh, there's David.
Oh, it came with the 2 packs.
I can't remember David, but yeah, because you got to remember there's like 28 miles of conveyor belts in that place, and stuff gets stuck. It hits a corner, it gets backed up for like 30 yards. Somebody comes with a stick and like pounds on it or kicks it out. There's a long slide. It's like a 20-foot slide when it drops off the conveyor and goes to a slide with a lip on the front in front of the trucks where it's supposed to get loaded, because there's a sorter up in like a platform on above you. He has to climb a ladder, and he stands there, and the conveyors come to him from different directions, and he there's a number on the tag that he spots. You know how like at UPS it has a label and it has a little sticker? He's looking for the little sticker, and he throws it down. This one, or this one. He's got like slides in front of him, and it goes to a big slide and it's supposed to come out in front of me. And if I get the wrong box, I throw it on a conveyor that's underneath. So it cycles through again. But that stuff gets jammed up. It gets crunched. People get frustrated. They throw them. I've seen the slide full all the way up 20 feet to the top, and something gets stuck, and somebody will walk on the boxes to go up there. They no care whatsoever. If you write fragile on a box, no one sees it until it's out for delivery. I promise you.
But now you got to think about it honestly. Is it the employee's fault or the employer? Because they're under a time. I'm not saying that any of it is right.
I'll answer that in a second,
but
too.
They're like under a time, and you got that taskmaster. Get back over there, David, and sling them boxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically, when I was hired on, because I was a loader, okay? When I was hired on at UPS, they told me, you'll never have more than 3 trucks. I had 5 trucks from day one, at least. 5 to 6 trucks every day the entire, like, 2.5 years I was there.
Why you told the union? I thought that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, right. If you could even find the shop steward. But I had, you can talk to the union, and all he'll do, oh yeah, that's not right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that ain't supposed to happen there. And you know, you should complain about it. I am complaining about it, jackass. And the managers do give you a hard time if you put something on the wrong truck.
Yeah.
They try to give you a write-up. I would refuse to sign the write-ups. So you have to write refuse to sign on it. And I was like, I'm not stupid. If you write refuse to sign on something, you still technically signed it because it's been witnessed that you read it. Somebody put a bag on the wrong one, because UPS and the post office and FedEx, they interchange packages, and they'll put the stuff in like a diplomatic bag. They tried to give a guy 72 write-ups once because he put the bag on the wrong truck.
And it has 72 pieces of letters.
72 little packages in it for first-class mail. Garbage like that. And then the manager, it's union. Yeah. So the manager can't help you, except to give you shit. And then that manager pissed me off so bad, I went after him once. And they stopped me, and I was like, "You get your supervisor, or you get the shop steward up here now." And the dock manager came and told him, "Okay, you know what? Leave him alone. Go somewhere and do something else." Okay, but they still never got the shop steward. That's the kind of crap that goes on. But it's, if I'm supposed to have 3 trucks, give me 3 trucks. There's a reason for that, but they don't stick to that stuff.
They offered one. We back on questions. We on the Mego corner. They offered one with a 2-pack, and said it will be used for something, and it has never been mentioned since. Their lines tanked again for clearance prices.
I see.
I have a gold coin. It
Oh,
came
okay.
with my Meagle Frankenstein twin pack.
Sideshow had 6 scale Young Frankenstein figures back in the day.
Meagle zombies are literally insane. Is that supposed to be insane?
Insane. Are they insane in the membrane? Are they insane in the brain?
I'm master of. Oh, okay. Now toilet seat. Okay.
Oh,
okay. I was able to play with the GI Joes in the snow in the hot summer with no issues.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah. And I did that on the Lou, my Meagle like on here. He does live streams on Facebook primarily. I think, right? I think you share it on both. But I think he primarily does it on Facebook. And I grabbed just a random GI Joe off the shelf up there from like 1973, or not, no, that's an earlier one. But he works fine. He's never been worked on. All the joints are intact. They're tight. The talking mechanism on them still works.
Yeah.
So how come a figure that costs like $4, like 50 years ago,
yeah,
almost, is better than a modern Hot Toys, except for the face sculpt?
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
Cam Union never picked up the quarter scale NECA Predators, but he got a ton of the regular size ones. I like the Predator figures. I wish I could get Predator statues. I love the statues. I like the Predator and how they look and all of the different ones. And that's one I wanted to collect. So I have a couple of the regular size NECA ones. The quarter scale, I think they only did the one, I think. And the one that I have, they re-released it because for some reason, some of their quarter scale goes way up, and the Predator one went way up, but they re-released it, and I was able to get it at cost. So that's how I got that. They were selling it on Big Bad Toy Store, but I like the Predators. I always thought the sculpt and everything was nice, and I think NECA did a real good job with that. I know there were over 200, like a couple of years ago. They had like the 200th edition, and they had like a special one. Oh, yeah. Lou said his is in the box. Okay, I know he liked to take stuff out. So Facebook user just picked up Johnny West collection.
Nice.
You got Johnny West. It was,
that's Atrevitos Dynamicos. Those are 7-inch south of the border.
Thank you, Robert.
Figures.
You had a crappy week. I think we can all agree 80s and 90s action figures were great. And as soon as year 2000 hit, toys just went downhill.
The golden age of action figures is from 64 to 94. That 30-year pocket is, with the 80s probably having some of the best stuff. But from 64, where it really kind of started, to 94, and then from 94 it starts, it's, they still had some good stuff through to the end, to the year 2000. But it was moving away from trying to target children with most of it.
Yeah, Gilgamesh just agreeing because he worked at FedEx while he was in school. He ended up stocking 5 trucks at FedEx also. Hey, Sticky Goose.
Hey, Sticky Goose made it.
Don't you know what's good?
Thanks for joining us. And for those of you who are late to the party, just to remind you that we Arkham was supposed to be here tonight, and he was not able to resolve the link, and he could not get on.
Yeah, so we'll try to reschedule that and do it again. But as always, if we have a live schedule and our guest is not able to come on, we come on anyway.
Yeah.
So, that's how we do it. But we got Sticky Goose, and you remember he was on our channel.
Yeah, we did a live with him.
A couple weeks ago. Check out his channel. Got a lot of great content in there. A lot of discussion. I like discussions because I like to hear it in the background. But he talks about a lot of good stuff, mainly comics, but he got a lot of good stuff.
And so does Lou. My Meagle like.
He does a lot of unboxings, a lot of just chit chatting and shooting the breeze, kind of like what we do.
And nostalgic for the 70s, who is David from Canada, also has something that he does. Do you still do the thing the with the vintage video games?
And I know he has a big custom collection.
Yeah, he does customs.
He does a lot of customs. And I know Robert, you might like to see what he has because Robert likes customs and David Alexander does customs. But he does like serious custom. I mean, down to the clothing is custom. Johnny West Knight's collection from eBay came with a lot of armor and has no straps.
That's pretty common, those little tabs. A lot of them break.
What are you drinking?
It's just tea.
He ain't drinking no just tea.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't drink.
He don't drink alcohol. It's just sweet tea. I am not pro any company.
Oh, he's still on Dirty Harry there. He's real pissed off at Sideshow because of what happened with the Dirty Harry. He sent it back.
The Clint Eastwood?
Yeah. Said he wasn't feeling it. The sculpt,
really?
The sculpt and the skin tone and everything was off. He said.
And see, that's what we talk about when you look at it on the
$300.
Yeah, when you look at that stuff on the computer, it looks great. They got the lighting perfect, the smoke and everything. But you get it in your hand and it looks like crabs. Oh yeah, unions piss me off. Yeah.
I've been in 4 of them, and none of them will help you with anything. They'll take your dues.
The workers would literally throw and kick packages routinely.
Sure.
But I mean, you got a taskmaster over you. I'm not saying it's right. Apparently, Monopaga has digressed.
Yeah.
That's general, brand new, function-wise.
Hot Wheels cars. Hot Wheels were the best back in the day. You're okay, Lou.
Yeah. Hey, Van Randall, how are you?
No, I'm not getting any more Hot Toys. Somebody sends me one, I'll take it, but I'm not going to buy one.
QMX. What happened with the QMX?
QMX lost the license. XL6 picked it up. Hey, William. I thought they were okay, although it was weird that the left arms on all of them only had a single joint and the right arms had a double joint. I never understood that. The sculpts look okay.
Yeah.
I just don't want to keep going down that road.
Is there such thing as a pop-out comic book?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You know the pop-up book where you used to open it and
I don't think they have a comic like that.
I know they got the 3D ones.
Yes, they have done that a few times with those crappy 3D glasses and make your eyes water when you're trying to read them.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It was 52. It was 5200.
Atari. Okay. All right.
I wasn't sure which one it was. It's tea. It's tea because neither of us drink alcohol or beer or anything like that.
We only drink coffee in the morning.
Yeah, we have just like 1 cup usually.
You only make enough for 1 cup. Speaking of Johnny Quest,
I don't need no 10 cups of coffee.
No, I knew a guy in the military. All he drank was coffee and Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
that's it. That dude would make a big pot of coffee in the mornings. Everybody would get, whoever wanted coffee, he would drink the rest and would make pots all day. And he would be the only one drinking it.
Yeah.
And then drink like Mountain Dew. It's like, dude, you gotta drink some water. Speaking of Johnny Quest, I'm still holding out hope for a live action. Do you really want a live action Johnny Quest? What's your finger? Oh, he was talking about somebody got their finger chopped off while he was in the
Yeah, I've seen some industrial accidents in my day, especially when I worked for Caradonna, the refrigerated warehouse in South Boston. I saw some pretty nasty accidents from people being careless with a standing forklift.
Ooh.
The ones you stand on. There's a game that some people like to play with those, where for safety reasons, if you step off of the platform, because it's a weighted platform, the machine will stop dead.
Mm-hmm.
It'll stop cold because that thing weighs 7,500 pounds with the battery in it.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes guys will jump off on purpose to make it just stop rather than turning it off and getting it off. And like, I'll just leap off.
Yeah.
The guy went to leap off and didn't look where he was going. And he was next to a supporting beam and it pinned his leg between the beam and the forklift. and just they saved the leg, but he had a frame on his lower leg with like I think they said 38 pins in it. So they had the screws coming out of the paint, the frame into his leg in 37 places all the way around. It's like, you moron. But I've seen stuff like that happen.
No, David is not getting
I want the original Silverhawks, the Kenner Silverhawks. I don't want the Super 7 ones.
He don't know how to compromise and just make do.
I refuse to compromise.
He don't know how to make do. To charge $300 for a figure and have it be riddled with QC issues it is. And that's the problem. And like we always say, the only way you can stop these companies from doing it is not buy it. And you know, can we call you James and Uhura? Who is that?
Uhura.
Who is that? Oh, them? Uhura. That's their names?
Yeah, James T. Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura.
Yeah, that's me and Dave.
Yeah, see.
Oh no, you got ripped off on Facebook. I paid for 2 Origins figures.
Oh, that sucks.
Then the guy ghosted me and blocked me. But you paid with PayPal, but so as long as you didn't pay friends and family, you should be able to get your money back, right?
Yeah, you can file a claim.
You can file a claim, but I hope you get that resolved. Let's see. I never thought I would buy a 6-inch figure, but picked up the 16 Space 1999 Alan Carter with Moon
I've seen
Buggy.
those. Yeah, I showed those on the roundup like a while back.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's Space 1999 though. That's a great show.
David got some Western. He got a bunch. You showed those on the video, right? Those
a few. Figures? I mean, I've got like the Atrevitos Dynamicos has some Western figures in it. The Grizzly Adams, the How the West Was Won, and stuff like that. It's behind us here. Oh, Jesse, say what? How's everyone doing tonight?
He's already been here. He's saying hey again.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I use PayPal, but as long as you don't use friends and family.
Yeah, if you use friends and family, you'll have some issues.
Yeah, you got to use the business class. Yeah, that's the West.
Yeah, you see Grizzly Adams there, and which are actually Big Jim figures. They're part of the Big Jim family, and they're inexpensive. They're a lot more inexpensive than Big Jims are. If anybody wanted to get started on Big Jim, that's a good place to start.
They're cheap.
Yeah, they're cheaper than traditional Big Jim figures.
Who, Martin Luther King? They had a thing going?
No, I never heard that.
I heard he messed around, but you know.
Yeah.
You know men.
Yeah. No, not all of them.
Speaking of Western figures, I wish they'd make the Lone Ranger. I want them to make Marshall Dillon. I'll buy Marshall.
Well, that is Dillon. Zeb McCann is the same actor.
No, he ain't Marshall Dillon.
No, I know. Marshall Dillon's awesome. I love that
show.
I
love Marshall Dillon.
If he's not pistol whipping somebody, I don't know what's up.
He loves slapping people around. Going, oh, he's still talking about forklifts. What are the box figures over the Grizzly Adams?
Oh, those are the Atrevitos Dynamicos.
Grab one so he can
I'll pull one down. The box art on these is fantastic. And they were made in the 70s.
Didn't you do a video on that?
No, but
you got to do a video. Hold on, let me move the thing out of the way.
They are 7-inch Marks figures. You can see them in there, the astronaut. And they were sold south of the border in the 70s, and it's called Atrevitos Dynamicos, and sometimes they're referred to as Plastimarks. And you see they've got like they came in 2 versions. This is the art box version, and they also came with a border completely cut out in a full window where you can see the figure, but I prefer these because of the artwork. I'll pull one more down here so you can see. There's only 9 in the set. I've got 7 of them. I'm missing 2. They're not very expensive, but they're very hard to find in the boxes. See, like, look at the art on that.
Yeah, that is cool.
And then the Indian, it's hard to see the figure inside.
Yeah, all of the artwork covers the figures.
You can see that he's like his face is fully painted in war paint. It's a decent looking figure. I'm
Yeah.
missing the Cuban soldier and I think it's pictured here, the villain cowboy, the bad guy, and then the Cuban soldier. I've got the rest of them. They have Zorro and they have some other stuff. I actually gave one of these away in a giveaway once on the channel.
Oh, this is a different Jesse Say What. Okay,
Oh,
hey
okay.
Jesse. So we got two.
A different Jesse
You
Say What.
was going to leave Star Trek for Reverend King. Convinced her not to leave the show.
Really, I never did that.
Hey, Brian Sanchez. The box figures are the lumen of getting it on.
Oh, this is Brian.
Yeah, you reading this
Brian
thing?
Sanchez.
Brian Sanchez. I heard about Nichelle Nichols wanting to quit. Was it Trekkie? Wow. I don't know about all that, but whatever. Sorry you're late to the party.
Quicksilver, it's okay.
Yeah, you know how we do. We just talking, shooting the breeze.
No, it's fully dressed. He's naked. He's only wearing a loincloth and and the headdress and stuff in the drawing, but the figure is like a fully clothed figure.
Do you know how many figures are in a Johnny West line?
How many different scales?
Yeah.
I thought there was only the two basic scales, right? The 7-inch and the 12.
Okay. I wish a company would make the Phantom Rider from Ghost Rider. I like the Ghost Rider on the horse. Did you answer the other question about the figures, the vinyl figures?
The what?
The figures.
Yeah.
How many scales? Okay.
Yeah, I thought there was only the two basic scales, right? Or three. No, because they had the 12-inch, the 7-inch, and then the Buck Hunter and the Safari ones are closer to 8, aren't they? So it might have been 3. A Raw era.
Negotiating price.
Yeah, walk around the room first.
Yeah.
Unless you see something you know is a good deal, and put your hands on it. All right, don't put it back down because someone will scoop it up.
That's what I do.
Walk around the room, get a feel for it. If you see something that really catches your eye, examine the condition first, and make sure it looks kosher, hasn't been resealed or whatever, and then just flat out hit them with it. Hey, can we do something with this? And especially if you have more than one item, and especially if you have cash, makes a big difference.
Figures do have a nice box art. They don't. Yeah, and that's one thing that's lost with modern. Some companies are trying to bring it back, though.
Yeah. And also, even if it was photography, I'll show you an example here.
Oh, okay. That's Jesse. He got 2 different accounts.
Oh, okay. Like if they did it photography style, like the Ken or Steve Scout here, look at how much trouble they went through.
Yeah, they got the boys by the water. They got the little campfire going.
They built a whole diorama for so that they could make it look like something was going on for this set. And you don't get that kind of quality anymore, hardly.
The Facebook user said Johnny Quest came in 7 and 12 inches. Those are only 2 they, as far as they know. They came in those 2.
Or Johnny West.
Yeah, Johnny West. Oh yeah. Let's see. David, is there any 90s toys that you would like to collect since it's considered vintage?
Oh yeah, sure. Playmates Ronin Warriors, Playmates Earthworm Jim, of which I have 2 that she gave to me, actually. Earthworm Jim figures. Again, Playmates Exo Squad. I'd like to get the Exo Squad. So yeah, there's a handful of 90s properties that I'd be interested in.
Yeah. My nephew is a Cub Scout. Oh, it's a Cub Scout. They're still doing it? I thought Boy Scout had kind of broken up.
It ain't what it used to be.
Oh, okay.
It's changed a lot over the years.
No, okay. But anyway.
I think I hear Uncle.
Silly cats always doing
I can
something.
hear him up there. But yeah,
Probably fighting.
I hope not. But yeah, there's a handful of '90s properties that still caught our attention. One caught hers, and that was the Shadow.
Yeah, I need 2 more figures to complete that. 2 more vehicles.
Vehicles.
I have all of the figures because he did that
The '90s.
the cheap vehicle the cheap figures.
If you haven't seen that video, watch out for it.
Yeah.
We did 3 of them now. Action figures from the '70s, the '80s, and the '90s that are cheaper than their modern counterparts.
Yeah.
And the Shadow was on that, and she likes the Shadow. And she was like, "Hey, wait a minute."
Yeah, and I found the whole set. Like somebody had
cheap.
A lot.
They're cheap,
and they were real cheap. And then the vehicles, somebody just sold 2 vehicles. It was on bid for like 99 cents, and it went on for $5 for both vehicles. New, mint in the box, never been opened. So I mean, it's out there. You just got to get on not YouTube, Facebook, not Facebook, eBay, and look around and put offers out there. And I always lowball the offers because I always expect the person to come back.
And they take her offers. It's like, good Lord, woman.
Yeah, because my intention is, okay, I want to pay this much, so I'm going to go down some, and then they'll come back up. They'll counter with something, in the middle. Half of the time they don't counter. Sometimes they do, but a lot of the times they don't. They just take it, and I'm like, man, okay.
Well,
so you gotta try. I thought about collecting 90 ticks.
Yeah, and they're still really inexpensive. The tick, I think that's Playmates too.
Oh, is
actually, it? Yeah. Yeah, those are still really relatively inexpensive, except for the 12-inch talking one might be a little bit more, but
Oh yeah, the Exos are bad. Yeah, are good figures.
Yeah, those are nicely detailed figures.
Like the Shadow. Before Batman, there was the Shadow. Love the creepy mood. Audios on YouTube. I never heard the radio version.
Orson Welles did the voice of the Shadow on the radio dramas.
We saw the 1930s movies.
It was absolutely terrible.
It was bad because the majority of the movie you're trying to figure out who is the Shadow, and then you figure it out near the end, and you're like, this guy is the Shadow.
You see him in costume one time for like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
the whole film. Also Skeleton Warriors.
Oh, okay.
There's another '90s property, and the
I thought you got that from Justice Curry.
I got 3 from Justice Curry.
Oh, you didn't get the whole thing?
No.
Oh,
and then Conan the Adventurer figures.
Yeah. I saw that
Mattel.
On eBay.
Those aren't too expensive either.
And that was a good cartoon. You know what we're watching now that's actually pretty
amazingly good.
It is very good. Is Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. And it's on the Film Rise app.
Yeah.
And actually that's a pretty good cartoon.
Surprisingly good plot. It's not silly or goofy.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. The characters are somewhat realistic. It's kind of surprising. Actually, it's a refreshing from what you normally see.
Bye, Dama. Have a good night. Yeah, it is surprisingly good. And what actually makes it good is everybody does what they're told to do. Or if something's going on, they tell the other person. There's not like, how you watch the majority of cartoons and something's going on.
I'm going to run off and do my own thing.
Yeah.
No, there's none of that. And there's a little girl on there and you think, oh, she's going to be comedy relief. It's going to be pain in the butt, or she's going to be a little brat. And she's not.
No.
This like Flora, she has her friend who's a fish. But
the fish is a flying fish.
The fish was gone and something bad was happening. And then she's like, but she wants to run and grab him, and then dude grabs her by the shoulder and he says, Flora, no, it might already be too late and we need to move. And she was like, all right, Killian, all right.
Yeah.
And they leave.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, she didn't run off on her own, and
Mm-mm.
she listened to him, and then they rescued the fish later. But still,
Yeah, and they listen to each other. It like the little girl when she said, "I don't think this is right." They were like, "Why don't you think it's right?" Oh, okay. They trust
he
everybody.
told the told Gillian, who's the old man on in the little adventure, and he's like, he listened to her, and then he yeah, like she said, he listened to what she had to say and reasoned it out.
Yeah,
They didn't just dismiss her because she was a kid.
yeah, and everybody's helpful. Even a little stupid robot thing is actually helpful. And he's scary, but he's kind of brave in the same way.
He's
Like,
afraid, but he does what he has
yeah,
to.
but he does what he's supposed to do. And he'll say, "Yeah, I'm afraid, but I have to be brave." And Jace is not an arrogant teenager because he's like between 18 and 21, I think.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be his age, but he's not arrogant. He's not like just stupid. He makes a lot of sense, makes good decisions. When something come up, they all talk about it and say, "Okay, what should we do?" Everybody has an input. It's actually a real good cartoon.
Like the one we saw the other night was Sawboss claimed to have his father prisoner. He was like, and he has something called a root, and he was like, "I'll trade you your father's life for the root." And he says, "Okay, where and when?" Right? And which is what you would expect. Okay, where and when? And he gave him the instructions, and he turns around, and Herc is like, "Kid, you can't be serious." And he says, "I'm not." He was like, "There will be no exchange, and the only thing Sawboss will get from me is trouble. If my father's there, we'll rescue him. If not, well, then you know." And I was like, "Well, damn, okay."
Yeah, it's a good show. It's worth checking out. And they do have action figures, but they don't have a lot.
Yeah, they only made one wave, and it's real short.
Yeah. And they don't even have the main character. Jace is not even a part of it.
That was supposed to be wave 2, and it was canceled.
Yeah. Toilet Seat has a lot of Street Shark figures.
He had.
I
would. Street Sharks is another one I would do.
I once saw vintage 60s and 70s GI Joes, but passed on it.
They're cool figures.
Yeah, isn't that the ones you have? Them big ones?
Yeah, the 11-inch.
I never saw Street Sharks. Jace and the Wheel Warriors was so good. I have only one of the vehicles.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they didn't make much.
Oh,
they didn't make much.
Thundercats feel like Flash Gordon, great guitarist. Another thing about Jason the Wheel Warrior, it's a continuous show, so it's not like, I mean, you can watch it like
it's episode
standalone.
by episode, but it all feeds together.
Yeah. Skeleton Warriors was a cool
I like
toy.
The Skeleton Warriors.
Gonna run off and do my own thing. You mean Starscream? Yeah. Like on most cartoons that you watch, they know something wrong is going on, but tells no one.
Yeah.
And then
or does nothing. And I like that with the robot too, Un. Because he saw for a second, because another face superimposed over Jace, and he was like, am I seeing that correctly? And Jace, there was an entity trying to possess Jace. Nobody knew. And he went and he tells Gillian, and he was like, "I saw something unusual." And he says, "What did you see?" And he says, "I thought I saw two faces on Jace." And he was like, "Well, come here and tell me about it." And he believed him.
Yeah.
And Herc was like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Un has never had a reason to lie to me or make up a story. If he says he saw two faces, I believe him, and I think I need to check it out."
Yeah.
Came right to him with it.
Yeah, they didn't wait till the end of the episode where everybody was half dead and then say, like on every other cartoon or TV show that you watch.
Yeah.
So it's worth checking out. I do have most of the Ultra Force cartoon figures in great condition loose. David, are you an LPH Beavis and Butthead fans at all? Just wondering. No.
Not really.
I never seen Beavis and Butthead. I know what it is, but when it came out, I wasn't into that type of comedy. I'm not a big fan of comedy anyway, but that kind, I didn't care.
Yeah.
so I never watched it.
He means the Bandai ones based off of the second show. The second show, Bandai ones. I'm not sure, but you can check eBay completed auctions and get an idea, get a feel for it.
Yeah. Congo yesterday, a good funny movie with 89 Alfred starring in it.
Oh, 89. Oh, okay.
I just watched some video game movies that play YouTube. So yeah, we watched a few. It's a lot of them on Tubi. They have what's that major one with Master Chief? I tried watching it, but I couldn't get into it. Halo. The cartoon is on Tubi, but the way it's written and the way it's drawn, and the majority of it is narrated anyway. I couldn't really get into it, but they have a lot of the video game cartoons on Tubi. I've seen quite a few of them. Some of them are good, but that Halo one, I don't think they did a great job on that.
Yeah. I remember Thundar the Barbarian. That show was okay. The Sawboss is a good villain too, because he doesn't waste any time. I was hooked as soon as Sawboss. They had the masterminds had Jace at one point, and then they were like, Sawboss, we have Jace. What do we do? And he says, you have Jace? Destroy him right now. Not bring him to me or lock him up or anything like that. Destroy him immediately.
Yeah.
Why are you even talking to me? It's like, wow, okay, that's how you do it. He got away, but still the fact that Sawboss wasn't willing to waste a second instead of playing games.
Do any of the 90s Terminator actually?
Oh yeah, the Kenner Terminator and the Kenner Aliens and Predators I would also do from the 90s.
I like the reaction figures. I like the card art on it. I think the card art is the best part of the reaction figures. And the best ones I've seen is the G.I. Joe, because they already come that size. The original G.I. Joe was 3 3/4.
You can background them if you have other Ara Joes, basically.
Yeah.
The Ara era G.I. Joes never made the common soldier, because when you look at G.I. Joe, what they're missing, what people are missing a lot of the times from the show anyway, you're looking at a mercenary group.
Yeah.
Most of those guys aren't even in the military. A lot of them are not even in the military. Even your favorite characters like Shipwreck.
Yeah.
They found him in a bar. He wasn't in the military, or Quick Kick. He was an actor that got left behind, and they picked him up, and he helped out. But they're like primarily a mercenary group or a special unit. And the actual G.I. Joe is those background soldiers that you see running around everywhere in the show that they never made a figure of. So the fact that Super 7 did that was interesting.
You got Jim.
Well, she's truly outrageous.
Yeah, I think Super 7 does a good job on their action figures. I'm doing it. Y'all know the Thundercats and the Ninja Turtles, and they're on wave 10. So that's the last set of Ninja Turtles I'm getting, because I'm stopping at wave 10 on Ninja Turtles and Thundercats. So, but I think they do a good job, and they got good card and box art. And I like that on their Ultimate. Not all the Ultimates, but they put the little foul card on there. I like that. Terminator actually looks good. Arnie looks great. But John Connor looks like Katie Lane. I never saw the Terminator reaction figures. I got the Unicron reaction. I like it because it's what the unreleased G1 figure is supposed to look like. I think it's cool they decided to do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, Super 7 reactions, I agree. Because when they first started out, they were like $14.
Yeah, now they're 18. And for what they are, they're the same as, almost identical to the Marvel retro figures. The retro Kenner Marvel ones that have a retail of what, $12 or $13?
They got the Bigfoot trucks at Target. We've seen those. The Bigfoot trucks. They got those monster trucks. We've seen them. You've taken pictures of them. One of the 90s toys, Video Command. His face lights up.
Does he have 3 red buttons on his chest? that you press.
His 12-inch figure was at Kmart. Wow, they had exclusives back then?
Yeah.
I thought exclusive was kind of new.
Mm-hmm. No, they did stuff like that back then. Only back then you could actually get them.
Yeah.
When they were exclusive.
William Randall loves the Super 7 G.I. Joe figures. I have almost all the Super 7 Universal reaction figures. Very cool.
Oh, the Universal Monsters. Yeah, the artwork on those is really good.
Yeah, I like those. I wonder if... Yes, 3 red buttons.
Are you watching, Lou?
I wonder if they're gonna do the Universal Monsters in ultimate size. Super 7. But I found the ones I want now.
Yeah.
Because it took me a long time to find the Universal Monsters, and I ended up getting the Diamond Select ones.
I remember the live action show
of Bigfoot.
Yeah, Sid and Marty Krofft did it in the 70s. Bigfoot and Wild Boy
went on clearance in my area. Our Target never have anything on because you see videos and pictures of stuff with people showing Target, and they got the little clearance sticker, and I go to Target, it's nothing on clearance. Everything that they show on clearance is at our Target at regular price.
Yeah.
And then what they're
never on clearance.
And then what they do at the Target, they'll put something out, and then you buy like, oh man, they got this. And you go to the cash register, this item can't be sold for another week or so.
That happened to her twice in a couple of weeks.
It happened to me yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, not yesterday. It was Friday.
We
went to Target.
Nemesis Prime.
Yeah, they had a Nemesis Prime. I was like, oh man, I can put this with my thing. Transformers. Got to the register. Nope. And then they had a Public Enemy record. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to go home listen to Public Enemy. Nope. Now it can't be sold for another week. It's like, why would you put it out?
Because
if you can't sell it.
Because their logistics suck.
And that happened to me at Toys R Us. They had a Funko Pop, and it was on the shelf, and it said,
sold it.
Yeah, it said cannot be sold until this date. The manager came over. They was like, well, it was on the shelf. You got it. So we'll sell it to you at the cost it would be at that time. And they sold it, not Target. Target's like, screw you. It ain't supposed to be sold. We just put it on the shelf just to psych you out.
Oh, we're sorry. It's okay. You can
just come back. I don't want to come back. Yeah. I'm not even a fan of Target. We only go to get that stupid cat litter. That's the only reason we go there. Man. I have the Bride of Frankenstein reaction figure. I actually have been collecting McFarlane DC Multiverse and have cherry picked the figures I want and have and have been very pleased. I just recently bought the Dead Man figure.
Yeah.
Because they have a few of them coming out, like the Dead Man, Etrigan, what's the green guy? Spectre, and it's another one that I want to get up. I wish they would do the Phantom Strange.
Yeah, Etrigan, the Spectre.
It's another one.
I know they did John Constantine.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like those. That's the first McFarlane I ever bought. Only because it was Dead Man, and I really like that character.
And she had Swamp Thing, but somebody gave that to her.
Yeah, and I have that up with my Swamp Thing stuff. And please, love the sculpts and the detail. Yeah, and the card looks good. I like that it's not a photo; it's like a sketch.
Yeah.
Sticking with the NECA Universal.
Although they do cheat with it though, like with when they did Xena, they just put photos from the show instead of drawings.
They did Bigfoot jumping in slow motion by Ionic.
That was the thing in those days.
Ask
Target.
Yeah. Target does it all the time. At least the Target by our house. That's what they do.
Next time, we're just going to scan a candy bar.
I told David I was going to go back and get something else. I mean, I wasn't trying to steal it, but they had like another figure. And just get that and scan it. And the same with the record. The next time, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right back and get something else that's the same price or should be the same price. Scan that and take what I want, because that doesn't make any sense. My Target has clearance items, but they all look like someone stomped on them. That happen to be, I don't bother. Yeah, and that's what happens with the stores, because they screw you over so much. You end up going online because you don't really, I mean, yeah, you can get screwed online, but at least online you can find what you want. And the stuff that you do find, they actually ready to sell it.
Yeah.
You go to Target, you ain't buying nothing. That's why they always get robbed. Target, Walmart, they do dumb stuff. Yeah, because people get pissed off and be like, you know what? I brought this up here and I'm taking it. And then they end up walking out.
Probably, yeah. I could see some people having that attitude.
Yeah, some are better than others. Yeah. Yeah, if I was that kind of person, I'd be like, you know what? I want this Prime figure. And it's going home with me today.
Target and Walmart don't do a good job with those sections, although my understanding is that those are maintained by a vendor.
Well, the vendor at that Target and the Walmart buyers, either they don't come often or people just rake the stuff around, because this stuff just everywhere, thrown around on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, it's not nice and neat. Okay, yeah, we read it. I can't wait to pick up the McFarlane 89 figure. Yeah, I want that Batman in the Batmobile if it's $50. If it's over 100, then it's gonna sit there.
Because that Batwing was sure expensive.
Yeah, you said the Batwing was like $200. I thought it was like $250.
$250.
I thought it was $50.
No, you're not getting.
Well, what size is that? 6 scale?
No. It's roughly 12 scale because they're 7-inch figures. So just about 12 scale.
I don't like self-checkout because that takes jobs away from people. And for a long time, I was anti-self-checkout. I would not go to the self-checkout. But now they make you go.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, because they don't have cashiers.
Yeah.
So then I go to the self-checkout and I put one item in each bag.
Yeah. I lost my job at Frito-Lay to a robot.
Yeah.
Because they replaced 33 packing machines replaced 99 jobs.
At Walmart, they do that. Original price $12.99, sale price $12.98.
$12.56.
I know, but at Walmart they put it at 98. You know how they do that.
That's right.
It's always like a penny.
That's like their rollback, because if they have it a penny less than the next place, it's technically cheaper. And so they can claim that they're cheaper than other stores.
We just saw the Dungeons and Dragons, the last episode to the cartoon. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, are you kidding me? The way that went. You remember we saw the cartoon, the last episode of the cartoon?
Yeah, Saturday, because it got canceled and they had to rush it. At least they tried to finish it, because most of the time they just cut the show off.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that much.
I thought the ending or the reason that they were there was kind of lame. I don't know. I don't mind telling the ending. The dungeon master kidnapped the kids to help release his son.
Yeah.
And it's like, why didn't you just tell them that and take them where they needed to go?
Instead of playing freaking games.
Yeah, playing games, having them locked up for years, their family looking for them and everything. It's like, that was stupid. Oh yeah, Wilmington, the Hamilton Funko Pops are still there.
Pops make a lot of sharp warmers.
Yeah, and now it's like the Pops are. Who knows if they're going to be around much longer? Just $50 Funko Pop sets and empty candy.
Yeah.
I always got a lot of NECA figures. A lot of the NECA figures, Funko, and those big Funko, the 6-inch, the 6-inch Funkos, and those gold Funkos. You know, the tall ones.
Yeah.
But it looked like a mess. I recently got, what's that word?
Calabac
mega figures from McFarlane. He was amazing sculpt and detail and decent articulation. I mainly like the lanterns and speedsters.
Calabac is Darkseid's son.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
These people fighting over toys posted. YouTube kind of makes me ashamed of our age group, even though understanding. Imagine someone buying out all the Batmobiles, leaving nothing.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that in the last few years. Fighting in the parking lot over Funko Pops, or wrestling in the aisles over Pokemon cards and crap.
Yeah.
And they ain't collectors either.
No, it's the scalpers.
Yeah, they trying to sell that stuff.
It's like, why are you doing that? The Flash Batman toys from the Spin Master have arrived in Malaysia. We will get to the States. Even grocery store self checkout. My Publix has self checkout. It's so weird. More labor.
We've been to a few that, especially Walmart, and there are no cashiers.
Yeah.
All the stations are shut down. There was one that we were in, and I counted. I think it had 28 self checkout stations and 4 registers, and the 4 registers were closed.
Yeah.
And of course now you have that fully automated McDonald's. They've been opening them up in Denver and on the West Coast. That you can go in there and you can order at the kiosk, and the food will come out, but there's no one there. It comes out on a conveyor belt, and same thing with the drive-through. There's a conveyor, and this box comes forward and opens up, and your food's in there. So there's no one in there. Oh, John's
see you, John. Go. Thank you for chatting with us. At our Kroger, you might have 1 or 2 checkouts, and that's mainly for the people with food stamp and WIC. Yeah. I'm serious.
Those WIC checks, yeah.
With the WIC checks. And if you got like a lot of coupons, because like we go and we always got like a ton of coupons. So we'll go to the checkout because, it's just faster if you go there. But everybody in the line got food stamps or got WIC cards. I mean, not WIC checks.
Yeah.
But other than that, they want you to go to the self checkout unless you got WIC and coupons. I really don't understand why Toy Figures hasn't had more presence. They really got great selection, although the bodies are meh. Well, the Figures Toy Company?
Yeah. Well, if they went that mainstream, their quality would drop off.
Yeah.
And that's something that came up in Lou's discussion yesterday when we were talking. Because I was asked about that, and it seems like you have these big companies, pick Mezco, NECA, whoever, Sideshow. They start off a certain way, Super 7 even.
Yeah.
Then when they start making big money and they start mainstreaming and they start ending up in Target and Walmart, their quality takes a hit and the prices go up.
Yeah.
And there's no explanation for it at all. So I'm like, okay, now what? Yeah, that seems to happen. If Figures Toy Company went that route, they'd get more expensive, and then you'd have more QC issues.
Yeah,
I can almost guarantee it. They're probably better off right where they are.
Unfortunately, because it seemed like, like we always say, and we talked about it earlier, all they do is raise prices and lower the quality of the goods, and they expect everybody to just say, oh, okay, this is what I get. I guess this is what you deserve. So as long as you buy it, you spend your money on it, that's what they're going to keep giving you. But it's not until you decide, I am not buying this, and everybody stop buying it, that they'll change.
Yeah.
And that's the only way they're going to listen.
If it's not already too late by then.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
What are you going to do?
Ain't nothing you can do but stop buying.
Yeah, you gotta speak with your dollars, folks.
Yeah, because they ain't watching your YouTube videos and Facebook posts and Instagram posts and Twitter posts.
Or if you complain, they just heckle you.
Yeah.
They make fun of you.
Yeah.
I've seen them do that. And that's shameful.
It is.
His quality control, consumer interest used to be so important to a lot of these companies.
Not anymore. Nobody cares. Let's see. I mentioned in a recent live stream that Pokemon is starting to lose steam. The cars and toys are having a harder time selling.
Well, it's been going for a long time.
I heard Magic the Gathering cards are also falling off too. And I'm wondering, is it like, and also comic books, toys, comic books, all of that stuff right there. I wonder if it's because of the recession or people losing interest because of quality control issues or a
Or
combination of all of it.
it could be because they're aggravating their fan base
Yeah.
enough that they don't want to invest in it anymore.
Yeah. I saw Figures Toy Company website. They have some cool selections even by figures. Don't count Pokemon out. That's going to be an evergreen property. I don't know. Because it just seems like you always constantly hearing about all of these companies just dying. And I mean, you got the movies. God, leave. Now, don't even start on Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel movies, DC movies, the comic books, Marvel, DC comics, the toy industry, Funko, the cards, playing cards, all of that stuff sound like it's just hurting. And I'm wondering if people just tired of it.
Or they oversaturated and people are sick of it because of that.
Yeah, they got overwhelmed by it all.
Too much.
It could be, who knows?
For that, like Star Wars fatigue and Marvel fatigue. If you don't do it right for too long, people will get sick of it.
Yeah. And I know that's what happened to me. I got tired of it all. I got fatigued with it all. And didn't feel bad for not buying anything anymore. I don't feel bad. Magic is gathering more gimmicky. They have cards now that are crossovers with Transformers. That's part of the problem there. They'll run out of ideas. And I've heard those cards are expensive. They can go for several $100s.
Yeah.
We were talking with Sticky Goose the last time, and he's into Magic the Gathering, and he was saying how those cards can be really expensive and, you know, kind of gimmicky, like what you just said. Pokemon, I think, is oversaturation. Magic the Gathering never had a fan base in my neck of the woods. I never really heard of it until recently.
Yeah.
I say that as some that loves Transformers.
Yeah, so you don't have those like My Little Pony Transformer crossovers?
Yeah, Disney.
It's already kind of ruined.
Yeah, but it didn't take them long.
No.
To ruin it. That's the point. And I wonder, I mean, you got to wonder why they're doing it. I mean, okay, you make one or two movies and you put your spin on it, your agenda, your whatever you want to call it on it, and you see that it's not working. You losing money. Why continue to put more movies and TV shows out there with the same agenda, story, plots, or whatever you got going on?
Yeah.
You see, people don't want that. So it's not like you're gonna force it on them. They're gonna just not
I guess
watch
apparently they are. Yeah, we know who that is.
Yeah, we watch Uncle Tim.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I do have My Little Pony Prime.
That's all right.
I feel bad for Eastwood Figures. He's an icon. I have the Dirty Harry figures, look great, but love
Get the Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Yeah, the Blondie. Blondie character. And yeah, he's doing the autographs now too. But man, they're up there.
Really?
Somebody was looking into that. Johnny was looking into that. And I think the range is depending upon what it is, between, what did he say, 600 to 3,000 and up.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not a fan of autographs. I don't need your autograph on nothing.
Well, we're in this autograph era now, and that's going to get oversaturated too, guys, because it's an artificial demand,
especially in the comic book market. And then they did it with Funko Pops. Everybody had the Funko Pops. And then the thing with the Funko Pop, okay, yeah, that's the name of the character, but it doesn't look like them.
Old autographs are worth a lot because there aren't that many of them that survived. Then in the 80s and 90s, you go to these fan shows or conventions and they were free.
Yeah.
Or if they did cost something, if you went to a sci-fi show, maybe $5 or $10. But now they're putting a premium on it, driving a demand for value by charging hundreds and even thousands in some cases for these autographs. That's an artificial demand model, like we've talked about with variant comic books, with exclusive action figures. chase figures, things like that. That's part of that model. The bubble will burst on that, and then those autographs are not going to be adding value to things anymore. There's only so many times. Like Stan Lee. Stan Lee signed autographs for 50, 60 years. How many Stan Lee autographs do you think are out there?
Probably a ton.
A million. There's probably a million things autographed by him.
Todd McFarlane. He signs everything.
That's the joke that I made about him too. Is like I've got the one copy of Spawn that has not been signed by him yet. He lurks around in the bushes out in front of the house, waiting for an opportunity to get in and put his signature on it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just not into it. I mean, if that's what you like, that's what you like. I don't want nobody's signature written all over the thing. You can't see it. I remember the guy at the Joe Fest wanted to. Yeah. The guy at the Joe Fest wanted to sign a card. And I was like, no, because you're going to sign it all across the thing and you're not going to be able to see it.
And so, he was like, wow, really?
Yeah.
And he signed the back.
He signed the back. Yeah.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
David's going to be right back. So y'all going to be stuck with me. Oversaturation will ruin anything. It's even worse when the product is no good. Yeah. And it's like, how many of one thing do you need? And you can't just constantly flood. Put things out. See how it's received. Do people even want that? Are they interested in it? Is this moving well? Constantly putting it out, and it's like the same thing in different forms, different clothing, different paint schemes. That doesn't always work. That doesn't always get people's attention. Doesn't always make people just want to jump out at things. You are okay. Good night, toilet seat. Thank you for stopping by and chatting with us for a while. Yes, I don't see any I don't see any stars. Not same plus. I believe the same. Never met your heroes. Hey Marco, be careful at Target. Often prices in toy department do not match the checkout. I'm done with Target. I mean, like I said, I go to Target and pick up items that are on the shelf, and you get to the register and they'll tell you that it's not for sale. Now, I haven't found anything that the price didn't match what was, labeled on the thing. I haven't found that problem, but we don't really go to Target that often. And the times that I do, we bought records and it's usually been on clearance. Or we bought some action figures, but they were always priced as marked. So I never had the problem with getting to the register and seeing something not properly priced. But I can believe it because they always got issues at Target and it's always a mess. Hey David, can you get your autograph? How much do you charge? We don't charge for autographs. Nobody's ever even asked us for an autograph. That would be so weird. We don't even have our pictures out. But, still, I think David's on its way back. So y'all don't have to deal with me so much longer. But anyway, back to autographs. I don't know. Oh, William Randall got to go because his battery is low. I'm curious, have you ever been on any cool rides at Disney Universal, Joe?
I've never been there.
I've been to Disney twice, but that was some years ago. I was a teenager. The first time I was a little kid, probably 7 or 8. And then the second time I was probably about 13, 14. So there wasn't a Disney Universal when I was there. Those times. Autographs cost one mono fig.
Yeah, but when you get to that point, you're paying hundreds.
Good night, William.
You're paying hundreds for an autograph. It just, and like I said, I kind of get jaded about it because I came out of that era where especially when I did Great Eastern Conventions, McFarlane had been there. Because, I've told my story about that. But his autograph was free. You know, Sam Keith, free. Jim Lee, free. Rob Liefeld, free. You know, they were all freaking free. Even the big names were free. You go to the sci-fi show and you get Lou Ferrigno's autograph. It was like $10. You know, and that's with the photo, because he'd sign up. He had a stack of photos for you. How much are they charging for this stuff now? It doesn't make any sense. I don't think so, and I think it's an artificial demand. But the bubble burst on that, especially since so much stuff is being signed, especially in the Funko market. They love getting those pops signed because
they
lot of
think
people
it'll drive the price up.
Yeah, or they think it'll help it retain a value.
Yeah.
If the pops ever lose value, the autograph will help it. But who's signing these things? Most of them are signed by like C, D, E, F, and G listers that have nothing to do. The one that killed me was the guy from Gremlins. Yeah, signing a Gizmo pop. You weren't Gizmo, okay? Gizmo is someone else. That's like Stan Lee signing a Batman comic, which he has done. Okay, he would sign anything you put a paper plate in front of him, he'll sign it. But that's what gets me. You get a lot of these people, or the guy who played Jason. You were in a mask, and all you did was walk around in a movie.
But people do.
Yeah.
I mean,
there are people who love that, and that's fine. But if you're doing it for value, you're making a mistake.
I saw a YouTube video with a guy, and he wanted the Michael Myers, but Michael Myers changed like throughout the years.
Yeah, you got to get the right one.
Yeah, and he needed like Michael Myers #4. This person played Michael Myers #4, and it's like, you don't even know who was in the suit. You know what I mean? Because it's not like Freddy. You knew that was Robert Englund, because at least he spoke, so you can hear the voice if the voice was different. You know, but Michael Myers, Jason, you don't know who in those masks. Who's behind the mask. If that person was on another movie, was in your next door neighbor, you saw him on the street, you wouldn't even know. You know, and like I saw the one lady, she always comes to cons here in Georgia, and on her banner,
the zombie.
She's the zombie from The Walking Dead, and it's like it's 1 million zombies on The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
and that's what she got on her banner. She's so and so. And that's her. All she does is play zombie, because I think she has like 3 movies listed plus The Walking Dead, and in all of them she was a zombie.
She's some background zombie that got stabbed in the head.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay,
I don't know who you are. It's like,
what are you gonna do?
The autographs just want to cut out of the retailers' profits.
Yeah.
Mickey Mantle would often walk out halfway.
And then some of these people are majorly taken advantage of too. And you heard about that with Stan Lee in his golden years there, or platinum years. And you heard about that with Nichelle Nichols. That was tragic. The family said if you got an autograph from her the last 2.5 years that she was doing autographs, she didn't see a penny of it because she was ripped off.
Wow.
It's terrible with some of those cases.
That's a shame. But I mean, I get it.
If you really like that,
if that's what you're into, hey, your money, you do the things that you enjoy. Me, I don't need an autograph. I like to see people, like I like to see the Undertaker. If I just take a picture.
Oh, so you don't want that Undertaker autograph?
No, I got it now. You can't take that.
Oh, I can't take it back.
Being on The Walking Dead is nothing to brag
about,
considering what became of that show in the later seasons. Yeah. I mean, if you were a character that wasn't a zombie, okay, you can say I was on The Walking Dead. People might actually recognize you. But if you said I was a zombie on season 3 of The Walking Dead,
yeah,
you know, Like,
wow, how interesting.
Like the zombies, the two guys that played Michonne's zombies, she had, well, I think those two guys were her brothers or her husband and a boyfriend or something. Those two guys, anyway, they went around signing autographs.
You wouldn't even recognize them.
No, because they didn't even have mouths.
Yeah.
And then they had on zombie makeup and no arms. So it's like, I don't know. At least if you're gonna get a autograph, I can understand, I guess, a comic book, because you can say this is the artist that did this. Okay, if it's a picture, this is a picture, and I can see the person in his name. But if it's a character and they're in full makeup and you can't even tell who it is, I don't know. Maybe,
especially if it's like a cameo type of thing, not like when Tim Curry was the demon in Legend.
That's one thing,
because that's a major part.
Or Pennywise, or the people from Star Trek, because they wore like super elaborate makeup, but they were the stars of the show.
Yeah, if they were in like even as a supporting cast, if they were in a multitude of different episodes.
Yeah. And they had a name, not zombie number 5.
Yeah.
Hey, I got autograph in charge $10. I'll sell it to you for $800. Yeah, okay.
And if that's how they feel about it, they shouldn't do the autographs at all. If they're like, oh, people just want to turn around and sell it, that's why I won't sign anything. But then they will if you pay them enough. Yeah. And it's like, well,
which one is it?
Yeah, which is it? You're gonna do that or you're not.
Yeah.
But anyways, what we've been on 2 hours and 16 minutes. So we'll probably go ahead and wrap it up. Sorry that Arkham could not join us.
Yeah.
He could not navigate the link for some reason, and we'll see if we can't get that resolved and try it again sometime. But hey, thanks for joining us, everybody, for popping in with us anyways. We appreciate it. Also, do check out Just Put Up Easter specials.
Yeah, David put up some, and I put up some on my channel. So check it out. And I know for me, I'm going to do it like once a week, like I did with the Easter and what I did with the Christmas. David might put up 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I put up several.
I try to do it proper like it would have been if you watched it in the 80s with the commercial inserts at the breaks and everything. So I just put one up today. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's the Family Circus Easter special from 1982. It's actually kind of fun.
Yeah. So check that out. And again, thank you. And we probably might do a video next week, because we do have the Atlanta Comic Con, Toylanta is next week. So if you're in the Atlanta area, we'll be out there on Friday and Sunday. So if you see us, give us a wave, come by and say hey, and we'll see you later.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Good night. Have a good week.